Hey guys, and welcome to Spiritual Awakening Sundays. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the 12 spiritual laws. Yes, there are 12 spiritual laws that govern us on a daily basis. Now, some of you might be familiar with a few of these, and some of them might be brand new to you. So I'd love to know in the comments. Let me know which ones you currently work with, which ones are new to you, which ones you've either heard of, you've never heard of, or you're excited to work on. Like, definitely let me know down below. I'm always eager to know where you guys are in the process. So I did write them down here. I just wanted to put them in order. This way I wouldn't miss any. So I think we're ready to jump right in. And of course, the very first spiritual law has to be the law of oneness. Now, what does that mean? The law of oneness states that we are all connected. Everything and anyone is connected. Now, whether you believe in God, the universe, source energy, or just whoever your creator is, we are all just a fragment. We're all just a piece of God, of source, of the universe. We all, when you take us all of the beings, all of the people, all of the energies, all of the animals, all of the plants. You take, because everything is energy, right? Science has proven that everything is energy. So if you take all of these matters of energy and you put them together, it's going to create God, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it. We're all just a piece of that. So we're all connected. You take all of us together, it makes one big whole. It makes the oneness. It makes us all in union, in unison, a oneness energy. There are lines, grids, cords, connections, things that connect us to everyone and everything. So the law of oneness is the first spiritual law that we're going to talk about today, okay? Now, the second spiritual law we're going to talk about today is the law of vibration. So the law of vibration states that everything in this universe has a frequency. It holds a vibration. So that phone that you're watching on right now, that laptop, that TV, that computer, it looks solid, but it's actually not. It is actually vibrating so fast because it holds a vibration. Everything in this universe is energy. It is just vibrating so fast it appears to be solid. Now, here's the thing. Once we figure out our vibrational matter, other energies vibrational matters, because everything vibrates, this is a key to help heal us. Vibrational frequencies can heal on a cellular level. So knowing your vibration, what affects your vibration, what affects other people's vibration. Everything in this universe, it has a frequency. And understanding what you need to heal, to fix that frequency, can solve all the problems. Let me give you an example. If you have a physical ailment, right, you can find a frequency or a hertz and heal it. Let's say you have a thyroid issue. That right frequency can fix it. Everything in this universe has a frequency and a vibration. And when you match up the frequencies, you can meet soulmates, you can heal issues, you can get into alignment. It's just stating that everything holds a vibrational rate, including all of that solid matter. So learning how to manage your frequencies, knowing what your frequencies are, can literally change your life. Okay, so the third thing we have on here is the law of polarity. Now, what is the law of polarity? So it just means everything has an opposite, okay? You cannot have good without bad. You cannot have yes without no. You cannot have hot without cold. You have to have two ends of the pole at all times. Now, good news with this is, once you understand this, no matter what is going on in your life, there will always be an opposite. So let's say you're going through depression. Let's say you're going through a dark night of the soul. Let's say you're in a struggling time. Well, the law of polarity says there always has to be an opposite. So knowing that when you're in that depressive funk or whatever's going on, you can focus your energy on the opposite, because you cannot have depression without happiness, right? As the sun comes up every morning, then follows the moon, they both have to rise in a circular motion. You can't have the sun without the moon. You can't not have that depression without the happiness. So knowing about the law of polarity and knowing that the sun can shine any day, you can get out of happiness at any moment, you can focus on that positive. You can focus on that sunshine. You can focus on your happiness, your joy, whatever it is you need to get out of it. because the law of polarity says there has to be an opposite for each equal, right? So this is another game-changing energy, okay? So the fourth law that we have today, the spiritual law today, is called the Law of Relativity. Now, to me, this is like the law of soul contracts, because here's what it states. Everyone on this planet is going to go through a challenge. They're going to go through a hardship. Like, nobody's going to be born and come on this planet and just have the perfect life and everything's great and I have no issues. Like, that is not going to happen. So things that happen in this lifetime, we choose before birth. For me, for an example, I've gone through some rough stuff. I went through drug abuse. I went through sexual assault. Like, I've had narcissism in my family. I was like, all of this stuff. But that was my law of relativity. These are things I decided before birth. This was part of the plan. We are all going to experience something, whether it's death or a car accident. The law of relativity states you will go through a challenge and you will go through a hardship. Now, some may say that sounds so silly. Like, why do I sign up to go through all these negative experiences? Like, why would anybody want that? This is where true soul growth happens. When we go through these incidences, traumas, experiences, how we rise through them. If you've looked back at any of your major life lessons, I'm sure you've learned something and I'm sure you've grown. And if you haven't, you probably have repeated that same cycle over and over. So the law of relativity is going to say that you will go through it. But your challenge, right, as being a human, is to rise above, is to learn from it and to grow from it. Think about it in a perspective situation. There is always somebody going through something worse than you. Okay? And so maybe you say, well, hey, I'm not homeless. I have food. I have a house. Like, finding small things to be grateful for can help you get through it, because there's always somebody in a better situation or a worse situation. But we chose these law of relativity to help us evolve and grow on a soul level. Okay, guys? All right. So the fifth one, which is, I'm sure a lot of you, if you're watching this channel, you've probably heard of this. If you're not and you're brand new to it, then I love that I'm the first one to tell you about this. But this is the one that is most talked about in the spiritual community. And can you guess it? You guys know, I'm sure you guys know what this is, the law of attraction, right? Everybody's heard of the law of attraction. And if you haven't, amazing. Let's talk about it. So simply put, what is the law of attraction? Well, it's just saying that like will attract like. Positive will attract positive. Negative will attract negative. This is all on an attractional base. Now, the law of attraction, there's a lot to it, and I could talk about this in depth, but I'm going to give you a short little meaning of what it is. The law of attraction, we could even work with manifestation. So law of attraction will allow you to attract that of what you are. Attract that what you desire. This is why it's great with manifestation, because it allows you to attract what it is you need, what it is you want, what it is your heart is longing for. And so when you learn how like attracts like, all you have to do is get to that vibrational point, and you'll notice that some of these laws will start intertangling with each other. But again, you get to that vibrational rate, right? Law of attraction. I want to manifest love. Well, what do you do with law of attraction? Well, then you can use law of vibration, become the vibration of love, and you can manifest love. These will all work with each other. So knowing that, hey, I just have to match that vibrational frequency and I can attract to me that of which I am. You could do that with anything. It doesn't have to be love, it can be money. But also use the manifestation technique with the law of attraction to attract that energy to you. But I will have some more videos coming out soon on how to do manifestation and law of attraction. So stay tuned for those. But let's jump into the next law, which is the law of correspondence. Now, what is the law of correspondence? Simply put, it means as above, so below. You guys heard of that? I know a lot of you may have. So within, so without. Now, there's the real key to this. So within, so without. And this also is another key with law of attraction, law of vibration. So within, if you want to know the shortcut to manifestation and law of attraction, whatever is going on at an internal level, whatever going on in your cells, you look inward and what's going on a cellular level, whatever's happening inside will happen outside. You are manifesting whatever is happening internally. So people ask me all the time, like, why is my manifestation not working? Well, ask them, what does your diet look like? What are you eating? Are you eating acid-based diet? Are you eating alkaline diet? Are you taking herbs? Are you, like, what are you putting in? Is it processed foods and sugars and meats? And looking at what's going on at a cellular level. Have you done any cleansing? Gut cleansing, colon cleanse, water fasting? All the stuff can align you. So within, so without. But do not forget the other side of this. As above, so below. Law of correspondence, okay? All right, so the next one we have, the seventh law, is the law of cause and effect. So what does that mean? This one kind of tells itself, right? So every cause, there will be effect. Every action, there will be a reaction, almost like karma. So if I go and do something bad to another person, it's not that bad will be bestowed upon me. It's what happened with my vibration. Did I do it out of anger? Well, that means I've now lowered my vibration to anger. So I'm now going to get that vibrational energy back at me. Every cause will have an effect. Every action you take will have a reaction. This is where we get karma from, okay? So watch out for this. This is why we want to do good to others, and good will be done to us. Again, it's a vibrational matter. It's a shortcut to all of this. Vibrate that of what you desire and it will come to you. If you act out of a lower vibrational energy, you're probably going to get it back at you. Raise your vibration, stay high vibe, and more high vibrational energy will be bestowed upon you, which leads us in to the next law, which is number 8, law of compensation. Now, this states that you will receive reward, abundance, riches, maybe even physical items. It can be a job, it can be money, stuff like that, but you will be compensated, okay? What you sow, you will reap. Reaping what you sow, okay? But this is more on like tangible stuff. So when you do good to others, as I was just talking about, this law states that it will come back to you. This law can be powerful. It can come back to you just as it was, tenfold, doublefold, threefold, whatever it is. But the law of compensation says you will be rewarded for those small acts of kindness, those huge vibrational, loving, generous energies. Whatever it is, the law of compensation will reward you for your love, for your kindness, for your gratitude. That will compensate you. So stay high vibe, be positive, stay in gratitude, stay humble. Law of compensation will take care of you, okay? All right, so the next one, number 9, is a law of transmutation. So let's talk about this. What is transmutation? Well, this means you can transmute energies. But what is transmute? Okay, so this means, so let's say you're in a state of fear. Transmuting the energy, you can put that into a state of love. Let's say you're in a state of anger. You can transmute that into peace. Let's say you're feeling unmotivated. You can transmute that energy into driven, successful, motivated energy. So all you have to do, the law of transmutation says at any moment, at any second, you are the master of your destiny. You are the master of your mind, guys. You have no idea how powerful your guys' minds are. We can literally, our minds are pretty much limitless. Our ego stops us from thinking that we can do this and we can do that and it's not possible. But here's the thing, our minds can create almost anything and everything. And I even want to take out the word almost. Like the mind is a very powerful thing. So with the law of transmutation, you can transmute your energies any moment. Now, it doesn't have to be with the mind. Maybe you've learned some personal development skills, like maybe you have spiritual practices that allows you to transmute the energies. But the law of transmutation says that at any moment, we can become the masters of our destiny and take that negative energy and transmute it into something positive. Okay? All right, so moving on. We are on law number 10. Law number 10 is the law of action. Now this law here is actually the missing key ingredient in law of attraction. Do you guys know why? Have you guys heard this before? If so, let me know in the comments. But law of action. The word action is actually in the word attraction. Check it out. Action is in attraction. So this is one thing that I've realized along the way. A couple things with us, right? We have two sides. We have a physical. This is our human and our ego. And we have the metaphysical, which is our spirit and our soul. There are two sides of us to be on this planet. We need both to be here on Earth, right? You have to take the physical and the metaphysical together. Both energies, okay? This is one part of it. The other part of it, two energies come together, right? Fate and destiny are real, but so is free will, because we forget our fate and destiny, also known as our soul contracts, when we go through the veil of forgetfulness. When you're born, you go through the veil of forgetfulness, you forget why you came here, and all those soul contracts are your fate and destiny moment. However, so what will happen is you will eventually get there to your fate and destiny because your soul contract says so, but your free will may have it take 10 years instead of one, 2 months instead of one day, whatever it is. But here's the thing with manifestation. When you take fate and free will and mix them together, it is a key to success. It's always the two energies coming together. So let me tell you what it is with law of attraction and law of action, okay? So we have to, okay, let me go back a second. Law of attraction. Sure, can I just manifest from the ethers and do spells and create from my mind? Yes. Is it going to be successful all the time? Not necessarily. And it's going to be a lot harder of a road. When we allow the two energies to come together, they will happen. Because here's the thing, I can work straightly out of my physical, but it's only going to get me so far. I can work straightly out of my metaphysical, but it's only going to get me so far. Bringing them together, divine energies. Same thing with fate and free will. I can ignore fate and destiny and take free will, but I'm telling you, eventually, my soul contracts are going to come into play. It goes both ways. So which each is that? I just wanted to highlight that so you can see both sides, okay? But let's talk about law of attraction for a second. So like I was saying, manifesting from the metaphysical, manifesting from the spiritual aspects. Can you get there? Sure. Maybe for some, no. It depends on how many blocks you have. But I'm not saying it's not possible. But when you take an action step, bringing that physical energy, right? Because we are physical beings. So you have to take that physical action step with the spiritual metaphysical energy, and that's where you do the manifestations. Maybe create stuff with your mind. When you bring the two energies together, instant manifestation. Keys to success. This way you're not just working with the metaphysical or the physical, it's bringing them both together. And so the missing ingredient in law of attraction is law of action. You have to take an action step. It's meeting fate in the middle. It's making the physical and the metaphysical together. This is a key to success. And sometimes with the law of action, you don't have to actually take a full action step. You just have to step into that energies. Step into your desired outcome. For me, let me give you an example. I wanted to change my careers. Oh, here's my cat. Come here. You want to come say hi? Oh, hi, babies. Oh, it's Cosmo. You want to say hi to the camera? He never wants to say hi to the camera. Cosmo, you have an audience. Cosmo has a playlist if you guys haven't seen it. Okay, I'm going to put him down. Let me give you one quick example with law of action, right? For me, when I wanted to switch careers, I used to work in the bars, and I knew that didn't resonate with me anymore. I had no idea what I wanted to do, but what I did is I started hanging around the metaphysical community. Did I think it was going to land me a career? No. I just knew I didn't resonate with the 3D Matrix people anymore, and I was trying to meet more Soul Tribe people. Through there, I met my Reiki master. When I took Reiki, it wasn't even to become a Reiki practitioner. I did it for myself. Through there, I met my tarot card teacher. I plan on taking tarot for myself. I didn't think I was going to be a tarot reader, but steps aligned. All I did is say, no more bars, and I want to step forth into this new energy. The new energy for me was just aligning with metaphysical people, the spiritual people with like-minded souls. The universe took care of the rest. So it didn't involve an action step of like applying for a job, going out on interviews. Now you can do that. You can bring the two energies together, but it doesn't always have to be that. So I want you to know how law of action works. Sometimes it's just stepping into that energy, and the universe will meet you, because again, it meets you halfway. That's why a lot of these start working together, right? Law of attraction works with law of action, law of vibration, law of compensation works with law of cause and effect. Like there's so many that you can't have anyone without the law of one. They just all vibrate together. Okay, sorry. I get so excited about the stuff. I get very passionate. Okay, moving on to the 11th law, which is the law of rhythm. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. The law of rhythm says there will always be a season. There will always be a pattern. There will always be cycles in life. Things happen in a cyclical effect, meaning circular motion. Things will happen earlier. What do we talk about? The sun goes up and it goes down so the moon can come up. And it's a cycle. Sun goes up and down and then moon goes up and down. Things happen. So as this happens on a grander scheme, that's just one example of how the energies work in this universe, on this planet. However, they work for us individually. Let's talk about this as well. Have you ever noticed you had a pattern? Let's talk about this. Let's say, let's do a love pattern, right? Love's really good. Let's say every man or woman you date is the same thing. They have the same characteristics. They always do the same thing. Maybe everybody you date is an addict. Maybe everybody you date is a narcissist. Maybe everybody you date cheats or lies or like whatever it is. It's like you cannot get away from this pattern. I keep manifesting more and more cheaters. Why? Well, there has to be a pattern, a season, a cycle with the law of rhythm. This also works back with the law with karma, right? Because there's that wheel we have to go around. So the simple way to get out of this, because the law of rhythm will keep you on that karmic wheel going around and round and around until you learn that lesson. Once you learn that individual lesson, and it will be different depending on what's going on, but when you learn the lesson, you get off the karmic wheel and you can break free of the law of rhythm. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to go away for life, because the universe is going to come give you another pattern, another season, another cycle. So these will happen individually. They happen on the collective. They happen like literally the seasons. Think about it: fall, winter, summer, spring. That is law of rhythm. There's plenty of law of rhythm all over the place. If you just kind of open your eyes, you'll see it in nature, with people, with places, with things in your life. Like the law of rhythm states that everything will move in a cyclical manner. Okay, so that leaves us now to the last spiritual law. Okay, so the last law is the law of gender. So what is this about? So the law of gender states that there has to be a divine feminine energy and a divine masculine energy in everyone. Yes, everyone has a masculine and feminine energy. I am a female who is very much strong in my masculine energy, right? I know plenty of males who are very strong in their feminine energy. You have to have them both. The feminine energy is all about creation, and the masculine energy is all about action. The feminine wanted to create the universe, to create this planet, but it needed that masculine energy to take that step of action to allow the universe to unfold, to allow Mother Earth to be birthed. When you bring the masculine and feminine together, that's where true love, ecstasy, union, bliss, that's where the answers lie. Even within ourselves, balancing out our masculine and feminine, key to success, 100% all the time. But again, you have to have them all. So understanding that side of you, right? Don't just be a woman who's, oh my God, I know I'm only feminine. No, you have a masculine side too. And the same with the males, you have a feminine side too. And we can't be all masculine all the time. We're all feminine all the time. Balancing out the energies, bringing them both together will bring you much peace, will bring you much love, will bring you much acceptance. This will lead you to even to more manifestations. You stay in that balanced energy, you can achieve anything. This is abundance that I'm talking about, okay? All right, so that wraps up our 12 spiritual laws. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you got anything out of this video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. This way I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a bell too. I want you to hit the bell and turn on all notifications. Why? Because I do daily videos. I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. That next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. Bye, my loves. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, be blessed.